Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com, coming back to you with another video. And in this video, I'm really excited because I'm going to be sharing with you 10 vintage clothing items that sold on eBay recently for over $100. So, on a regular basis, I enjoy going through the eBay sold listings and studying what has sold, how much are items selling for, how often are items selling, and really just getting a feel for the market. That's one of the number one things you can do as an eBay seller is study the sold listings. So today we're going to be sharing with you 10 hot selling vintage clothing items within the men's category that sold recently on eBay. So if you're ready to rock and roll, drop a comment down below, say hello, smash that like button, and let's get into this video because there's some pretty cool items that sold recently on eBay. So first off is this very bland, right? To the average person, you'd think to yourself, this isn't anything special. It's just kind of like a bland, Disney Mickey Mouse t-shirt. But what you got to realize is a lot of vintage t-shirts can go for really, really big money if it's rare. Title says bulk sale for 1992 vintage clothing. So the keywords are really bad. There's no keywords at all about Disney or Mickey Mouse, which is pretty interesting. Delivery time is 5 to 11 days. So I'm not sure if this is an international sale. Okay, that makes sense. It is from Canada. But take a look at this item. It sold for $235. Are there any more pictures or just one picture? Okay, so this actually might be something different. This might actually be, I didn't notice this, but now it's starting to make sense. It says bulk sale, 92 vintage clothing, but there's only one picture. So you see that one Mickey Mouse picture. So, beg my pardon, this isn't just a Mickey Mouse shirt. This looks like it's a Stussy Static t-shirt, Batman Returns t-shirt, Marvin the Martian sweatshirt, Astro Boy, Peanuts, 1994 Adidas Work Cup t-shirt. So this is interesting. This is a little different than what I initially thought it was. I just thought it was a Mickey Mouse vintage t-shirt, which if you go into, Mickey Mouse t-shirt and you go under men's clothing, and if you go to sold listings, and if you pull up some of the most expensive items, you'll notice that there's items that are selling very expensive with these types of items. I mean, right here, $690. This is a Gucci Mickey Mouse t-shirt. Here's a vintage 70s Mickey Mouse t-shirt, $349. So keep an eye out for these types of items, these old vintage Mickey Mouse items. I could do a whole episode on this, but it's really cool how much some of these items could sell. And this is why, I'm such a huge advocate of going into the thrift stores as much as you can and scanning through the clothing items, looking for vintage items, looking for those single stitch t-shirts. So definitely an interesting piece right there. Next up, we have a rare Frontex 50s, kind of like an embroidered, cowboy outfit in a sense, right? If you take a look at this, you can notice that the embroideries are just crazy. I mean, this is screaming out Western, rockabilly, cowboy all day long. Now, I want to dive a little deeper into this because I didn't really look into it too much. Frontex model. So I'm not familiar with Frontex model. It looks like it's the Frontex company from Dallas, Texas. But take a look at this. There's a couple things I want you to notice. Number one, the embroideries. Number two, not only embroideries, but they are so dialed in, right? You got the horseshoes. You've got, I'm not sure what those are above the buttons, but those are pearl snap buttons. The pearl snap buttons do very well, and that's a unique feature on pants. Wow, look at this embroidery. Wow, that is money all day long. You got the fence, the plants, the cowboy, the horse. I mean, this is so cool. This is the type of stuff that you could only dream of finding right here. Up for auction is this vintage late 1940s to 50s chain stitched embroidered Gabardine original Frontex Western wear cowboy pants and shirt from the Frontex company. Incredible quality and attention to detail. Absolutely. All snaps and zippers work, and all belt loops are attached securely. I love how the seller is putting that information in there, because these are common things that could go wrong with these types of items, right? Are the zippers broken? Are the pearl snaps chipped off? Or maybe they're not snapping in, or the can't even talk. The belt loops, I'm thinking of cowboy boots. The belt loops, could they be ripped or torn or disattached? You can see that the measurements are all included from shoulder to shoulder, the chest measurement, pit to pit, top to collar, top of the collar down to the hem of the shirt, bringing in the length. We've got the inseam of the pants. Excellent, excellent job with this listing. 920 buckaroos, 11 bids, 3.5. I like this seller. That was a really, really cool item. And I want to dive into the comments, see what folks are saying about that item, because that is a really cool item. We got 42 people in the house right now. I want to give a big shout out to everybody watching live right now. Let's see who is in here. We got Mozart in the house saying, we out here. Great to have you here. We got Ride Share Reseller in the house. What's going on, Fat Elvis Goods? Great to see you here. Brian Huntsman. We got Anthony Kapik in the house saying, yeehaw. That's right. You're going to definitely say yeehaw when you sell, a pair of cowboy, shirts and pants for $912. That's pretty cool right there. Next on deck, and one more shout out to Jamie Ortiz. What's going on, Jamie? Check this out. So this is a Fila item right here. And a lot of times Fila doesn't make a ton of money unless you find it vintage, you find it with crazy colors. And the type of item like this is just screaming money all day long. This sold for $134.99, a 1990s Fila ski jacket right here. I mean, imagine going into the thrift store and finding something like this. $134.99. It says Ski Team. Really cool. Love the colors. Just taking a look to see what this is made out of. I'm assuming it's probably made out of nylon. Measurements are all included. 1990s Ski Team, Italy. Got the blues and the black, size medium. I bet you if this was size large or extra large, it would have sold for even more money. Really cool item right there. Next on deck is a vintage, really crazy Aztec style looking item within the Ralph Lauren brand. This is size large. $135 on this item. Love the design, the colors. Anytime you find Ralph Lauren with a crazy design, crazy color scheme like this, you're going to get into the hundreds of dollars profit. 100% cotton right here. Definitely a cool item. Something you could find at a thrift store for $8, $9, $10. Flip it for 135 buckaroos, and the next thing you know, you're going out to eat for free. Next up is a Gerry men's ski vest. So I've actually passed on a lot of these in the past. And now I'm thinking to myself, wow, how much money have I missed out on it? Now, is there something special about this Gerry snap puffer goose down item? I'm not sure. Maybe it's the color, right? Maybe it's the nice orange color. Someone wants this in the fall. But I didn't know these Gerry items sold for that much money, and it's actually making me a little curious. I'll go and take a look at the Gerry puffer vests. Are these all selling for that much, or is this an anomaly? Let's go to used, and let's go to sold. And let's see what exactly is going on right here. Because I was thinking that maybe the average sell was 20 or 30 bucks. So that's 149. This is 20. This is 70, but this is a long sleeve. 40, 85. Wow, this is 85. Are those leather accents? That's a really cool looking item. It does look like it. It's got some. That is really nice. That is a beautiful item right there. It looks like it's suede leather over the top of it. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. I don't see any. Is there leather? No, there's no leather in the keywords. Interesting, but that's a really cool item. Be on the lookout for the Gerry puffer down vest. They're not all created equally, but as you can see, some are selling for some great profits. Next up, we all know this brand. If you don't know this brand, hopefully it'll make you some money one day. This is an Australian brand, made popular by Biggie Smalls and other celebrities. But this is a 90s vintage Coogee, very colorful sweater vest. Look at the design. Look how crazy this looks. I've found a couple of these over the years. Hard to come across. People know about them now, but if you can find one of these items, spend some extra time really creating a nice listing, because these things could go upwards of $300 plus depending on the item. And this could have easily gone for more money, possibly if they would have asked for more. But still a really cool item. Amazing vintage condition, no rips, holes, tears, stains, or odors, which is always great to put in the description. Let people know this is in good shape. Multi-designed with rare cowhead stitching pattern. Cowhead stitching pattern. I've never heard of that before. $150. Let me show you the tag. Boom. Be on the lookout for Coogee. I want to know who here has flipped Coogee. Jamie is saying, I think the Western type look has something to do with the Gerry vest. Possibly. Raiken, when are you going to do more car chats and whiteboard talks? You're the real deal, brother. But right now I'm in Miami, so I haven't been driving much, and I haven't been at the warehouse. I was hoping to go visit Connecticut, this week. I was actually supposed to go tomorrow, and then I had another flight booked in a week. But now with everything going on, I don't think I'm going to be flying. All right, yeah, Coogee is a really great item. Another amazing, one of my favorite brands to be on the lookout for when dealing with vintage clothing items. And you can find these at garage sales, auctions. Be on the lookout for this brand at auctions. You're not going to find a ton of clothing at auctions, but every now and then you're going to find something like this. Filson. So Filson still sells items. Some items are more current. Others are going to be really vintage. Look at the pictures on this. It's horrible. Very nice nails, though. There is the poor quality, blurry Filson tag right there. This sold for $100. Those are okay pictures, but it looks like this picture was taken, I don't know with what. I don't know if it was from something in the early 1900s, but still $100. Filson is an awesome brand. I'm going to type in Filson vintage and show you a couple better quality pictures. But as you can see, these things sell like hotcakes. They sell for a lot of money. Wow, this is a lot of four. Hold on, this could have been a good deal for someone to pick up. Let me look into this. It sold for $199 best offer. So maybe someone scooped this up. I'm going to assume they scooped it up for maybe $150 plus shipping. Wow. See, that's what you want to be on the lookout for. And it looks like this was maybe a thrift store selling it, because you see they've got the tags going through it, which is a little odd. You see the thrift store tag? So maybe this is a thrift store that sold these items, but that's a good deal for those for $170. Sometimes you could sell one of these for upwards to $100, but I love the plaid. They're typically 100% wool. These are all 100% wool. Made in Seattle, 100% virgin wool, Filson garment. These are old. These sell quick. They sell like hotcakes. Definitely an awesome item to be on the lookout for. That's really awesome right there. A lot of for Filson. Filson sells all types of stuff. Like, check out the vintage Filson hats. These can make you some really good money as well. Let me go to sold listings. Always go through the hat section. I'm not sure why it's not showing anything, but there's a lot of money to be made in Filson. Look at this one right here. This is cool. Is that a rip? I'm not sure if that's a rip or not. No. Oh, that's like a little pendant. That's cool. Yeah, this will definitely sell for at least $30, I'm assuming, plus shipping. Check out this next item. So we all know the brand, Gatorade. Anytime you could find like an old vintage, jacket with, different patches, made by someone like Gatorade. You're in for big, big money. This sold for $167. Check this out. Look how cool this is. Oh, and that's interesting as well. Sizely. Huh. I'm going to take a picture of that to remember that. I wonder if I can start using that in my listing. Sizely. Huh. So maybe with Sizely, what you do is you put in the measurements and then it creates a picture for you. That's actually very helpful because I would say the average person probably doesn't know, like when you tell them the chest measurements, the length, they probably don't know how to create it on their own. So that's interesting. Sizely. Very cool. Anyone here using that? But check this out. This wasn't made by Gatorade. The clothing company looks like it was Swingster, but then you see Gatorade underneath it. So I'm not sure if they put a deal together or how this worked. It's Gatorade Racing Team. So obviously Gatorade teamed up with Swingster to maybe produce the clothing, and then teamed up with, it looks like 1975 Stokely Van Camp. So I'm not, exactly sure what's going on, but there was definitely some partnerships built. And this is an item that someone's going to want. It's going to bring them back. It's going to be nostalgic. It's going to be something that you can't find anywhere. And these are the types of clothing items that I wouldn't say 1 in a million, but they're rare. You're not going to come across these every day. But if you put yourself in the position and you go to thrift stores and garage sales and auctions and flea markets, and you keep your eye out on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, you could come across items like this. And just a crazy example of another awesome item that sold on eBay. So Liane Litzenberger, what's going on, Liane? Liane is saying, hello, Steve. Well, hello, Liane. Glad to have you here. And Kim is saying, recently discovered Sizely. Really cool. So I'm actually going to take a picture of this real quick because maybe I'll test this out and make a video about it, because I think this is a great way to encourage sales, especially to people who are maybe a little bit nervous about buying something off of eBay thinking, it's not going to fit, and also discourage returns because more people are going to get the item that actually fits them correctly. So that's really cool. That's really cool to have learned about Sizely. And it looks like Kim's already a step ahead of us. And Tiffany is saying Sizely is awesome. So explain to me, guys, how does Sizely actually work? Is this an app, or is this a website where you put in the dimensions and then all of a sudden it like creates an image for you? That was a really good idea. I wish I would have thought of that idea. Mozart said, I have a Coogee I've owned since 94. And guess what, man? Right now, putting your money in Coogees, it's probably a lot better investment than putting your money in the dollar or the stock market, right? Coogees, I feel like the value of those things have been going up for a while. Liane is saying vintage Tommy Hilfiger windbreakers sell great for me. Let's actually look one of those up right now. Let's go into vintage Tommy Hilfiger windbreakers, because you are right. These can sell for really big profits. And if there's something you want me to look up, or something that you're proud of, or something that you've sold and you want me to share, let me know in the comments and we'll dive into the sold listings. I wonder why stuff isn't coming up. That's weird. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of them. I've sold something similar to this. Check out this vintage Tommy Hilfiger windbreaker. I mean, it's got all the colors. It's got the name. It appears to be, I don't know if that's printed on or it's an embroidery, but you see the Tommy Hilfiger going down at the left arm. You've got the patch on the right arm, the multi-colors around the hood. I mean, this is a beautiful item right here. Should easily sell for $100. Definitely a great item right there. Here's an item that I want to share with you guys. And this is a brand called Briani. It's an Italian brand. I've sold a lot of Briani dress shirts, and the Raiken Profit Jackpot that you want to definitely be on the lookout for are the Briani suits. Now, I'll dive in a second and show you the Briani tag, because there's no tag on this. But this is actually a Briani vintage cashmere corduroy sport coat right here. So you see the corduroy. It looks like there's a cashmere blend as well, which is interesting. Maybe it's like the lining or something. I'm not sure. That doesn't make sense. I don't know how this would be cashmere as well, but I'll just take their word for it. $319. Be on the lookout for Briani. Okay, I want to show you guys what Briani looks like. So here's a Briani suit that has a bid for $147. Check out the tag right there. So you see the Briani in italic. That's what you want to be on the lookout for. Briani is an awesome brand. Love it. Italian. All different types of items are selling. I'll go into the sold listings if it shows me. So you'll see that, we got dress shirts selling for $50, $100, Here's a jacket that sold for 50. Here's a suit that sold for 97. Pair of jeans, 119. Here's a new Attack Briani polo shirt for 58 bucks. All different types of items, from sweaters to pants, polo shirts at 35. Definitely an awesome brand to be on the lookout for. And last but not least, I want to share with you guys this really cool item that I came across when I was studying the sold listings. This Budweiser sport coat, a vintage sport coat, pre-production, size 40. Check this out. I'm curious how old this actually is, but if you take a look, it's created by El Dorado Traditionals, and it just looks like an older tag, especially where it says dry clean, do not wash. I would assume this is probably from maybe like the 80s or something. Doesn't look like something that was made current, but I could be wrong. But in any event, this sold for $125. It was up at $350 best offer, and it looks like there was a bid that came in at $125. So just stuff like that you want to be on the lookout for. Different brands. When you start seeing different themes associated with other brands, things start to get a little bit interesting, like Budweiser, Gatorade, right? These associations, people have connections to them, and they collect these types of things. There's people who collect all Gatorade, they collect all Budweiser, right? They collect anything with a horse on it, right? So when you start seeing these brands associated with other brands, and you start seeing these really cool, embroideries that are themed animals and stuff like that, you can start to make some really nice profits on eBay. Jamie Ortiz is asking, what's your take on Tommy Bahama? I sell a lot of that. Yeah, Tommy Bahama could make you some really good money. I try to find the stuff that's bigger. I try to focus on the stuff that has a really cool design. The Raiken Profit jackpot that I would be on the lookout for is anything that's going to be 100% silk with a really big, cool embroidery on the back. And I'll show you an example of what I'm talking about right now. So if I go to Tommy Bahama, large embroidered, let's see if something will pop up. I want to show you what I'm talking about. So something like this. Wow, that is dirt cheap. Is this thing wow, I might want to make an offer on this, unless the value of these have come down significantly. Only $29.99 for this? This seems like a steal. So something like this I would expect to sell for like $70 or $80. Now, let me copy this, because I might go back in and make an offer. If I can pick this up for $20, unless the market has really crashed on this, let me wow, the market is super low on these. Wow, the market has tanked on these highly these large embroidered Tommy Bahamas. Wow. The market has come down a lot on these things. Oh my gosh, only $40 for that? I haven't looked into these in a while. $29? Yeah, so I definitely won't be making an offer on that. I'm used to seeing these things selling for like 60, 70, 80 bucks. New with tags, only $40? Oh my gosh, the market has come down like over 50% on these. Well, that's too bad. I'm not sure if maybe Tommy Bahama has released a whole bunch of them. Maybe those are the newer ones. I'm not sure. Can anyone tell me what's going on with this? Wow. Huh. I'm baffled. Interesting. Well, that's news to me. Brian Huntsman says Tommy has tanked a little. That's much more than a little. That's like the stock market over the last month. These things were selling at $50, $60, $70. And, now they're down at $25, $30. Jamie's saying I would buy that all day long. I would for sure. Sub $5 now, sub $10. That's interesting. Hey, what's going on, Axel? Appreciate you. If you guys are enjoying these videos and you would like me to do more of these where I go through the sold listings and I talk about different brands, talk about different items, talk about what I like to focus on within an item, learning together, then definitely let me know. And I could do a lot more of these videos. We could dive into dress shirts and t-shirts and belts and scarves and really just make this a learning experience, because I learn so much when I do these types of videos. And it always amazes me how much some of these items sell for. So if you guys enjoyed this video, do me a big favor and smash that like button, show some love in the comments. Very grateful to have everybody in the comments. Big ups to everybody who is investing their time to learn about the various items that sell on eBay, so you're better prepared when you're able to go out to the thrift stores. And with everything going on right now, it's a great opportunity to study and learn and grow and educate yourself as much as possible. Because right now, even though you might be thinking to yourself, oh, I'm wasting my time, or this isn't making me money, it's almost like you're taking this knowledge and you're building it up in this chamber. And then when you go out to the thrift store, you could let it release, because you're going to start to find these items. And maybe you'll come across a Tommy Bahama item that's marked at $18 and it's embroidered, and you're like, wow, I'm going to sell it for $70. But then you're like, wait, Steve just went through the sold listings and I learned that the market dropped significantly. Maybe I'm going to have to wait until the half off day to pick it up for $9 and then sell it for $40. So hopefully you guys found value in this video. If you did, do me a big favor and go down below and smash that like button. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe and peace.